As you know, in the part 1 we have discussed about what is demolition, what are the different types of demolition, what are the different methods of demolition, and what are the key factors that may affect the demolition process. In this video, this is part 2 of demolition. We'll discuss demolition hazards. Major demolition hazards include collapses, falls, hazardous materials, noise, dust, confined space, dermatitis or skin irritation, and miscellaneous hazards. I'll not go in depth because this is easy to understand for safety practitioners. How collapse occur? What are the impacts of falls? What may be included in the hazardous material in a building or a structure? What is noise, dust, confined spaces? All of these stuff is available on Safety First Life platform. You can go through one by one. Demolition hazards vary depending on the nature of the work. Some of the hazards, Jonic hazards that may include work at height, plant and machinery overturning or failure, contact with live overhead power lines, contact with underground utilities and services, movement of vehicles due to vibration, smokes or possible fires from burning waste timber, electric shock and tearing down of power lines, the silting up of drainage system by dust, the problems arising from split fuel oils, sharp objects, including glass and nails, from the demolition or singes left by trespassers, and the manual handling that is the most common during the demolition process or during demolishing a structure. These all are the hazards, specific and generic. Whenever a safety practitioner is going to inspect the demolition site, he or she must consider all these hazards and the controls accordingly. You have to look for these hazards and their controls and the risk assessment that is specific to the demolition method. You are on the platform of Safety First Life. If you are first time on this channel, kindly subscribe it and press the bell icon for all future notifications. And if you find the video informative, then like, comment, and share it with your friends and colleagues. We are talking about demolition. This is part 2. Now, let us understand what are the steps of demolition process. Step number 1, surveying, such as checking the drying, material content, surroundings, volume of demolition, etc. Step number 2, removal of hazardous materials from the structure. Step number 3, preparation of plan. Step number 4, hazard, risk identifications. Step 5, safety measures for the potential hazard and risk. Step number 6, execution of the plan. And step number 7, removal and reuse of the materials. These are very important points. If you will go through step by step with the sequence, you will be able to get 100% positive results. If you will make any shortcut that may cause any tragic or drastic incident on a demolition site. Dear friends and fellows, prior to start demolition, there are few regulatory requirements. Let us understand what the regulation says about demolition, how we can complete a demolition process or demolition project safely and successfully. This is only possible if we'll comply the regulatory requirements and the safety precautions. So let us understand first what are the regulatory requirements before permitting a demolition on site. Number 1, prior to permitting employees to start demolition operations, an engineering survey shall be made by a competent person of the structure to undermine the condition of the framing, floors, and walls, and possibility of unplanned collapse of any portion of the structure. Any adjacent structure where employees may be exposed shall also be similarly checked. The employer shall have in writing evidence that such a survey has been performed. Important step, not just go on site with the machinery and start demolition. No survey, not allowed. Regulatory requirement number 2, where employees are required to work within a structure to be demolished which has been damaged by fire, flood, explosion, or other cause. The walls or floor shall be shored or braced. Important step. to avoid premature collapse. Regulatory requirement number 3, all electric, gas, water, steam, sewer, and other service lines shall be shut off, kept, or otherwise controlled outside the building line before demolition work is started. In each case, any utility company which is involved shall be notified in advance. Requirement number 4, if it is necessary to maintain any power, water, or other utilities during demolition, such lines shall be temporarily relocated as necessary and protected. Requirement number 5, it shall also be determined if any type of hazardous chemicals, gases, explosives, flammable materials, or similarly dangerous substances have been used in any pipes, tanks, or other equipment on the property. When the presence of any such substances is apparent or suspected, testing and purging shall be performed and the hazard eliminated before demolition is started. Requirement number 6, where a hazard exists from fragmentation of glass, such hazard shall be removed. Number 7, where a hazard exists to employees falling through wall openings, the openings shall be protected to a height of approximately 42 inches. This is a regulatory requirement. You cannot neglect, you cannot overlook, you cannot bypass. Otherwise, you have to face the criminal action. Number 8, when debris is dropped through holes in the floor without the use of chutes, the area onto which the material is dropped shall be completely enclosed with barricades not less than 42 inches high and not less than 6 feet back from the projected edge of the opening above. Signs warning of the hazards of falling materials shall be posted at each level. Removal shall not be permitted in this lower area until debris handling ceases above. Number 9, all floor openings not used as material drops shall be covered over with material substantial enough to support the weight of any load which may be imposed. Such material shall be properly secured to prevent its accidental movement. Number 10, except for the cutting of holes in floors or chutes, holes through which a drop materials, preparation of storage space, and similar necessary preparatory work, the demolition of exterior walls and floor construction shall begin at the top of the structure and proceed downward. Each story of exterior wall and floor construction shall be removed and dropped into the storage space before commencing the removal of exterior walls and floors in the story next below. You are watching Safety First, and we are talking about demolition process. And right now, we are discussing the regulatory requirements before permitting demolition on site. And the last point, number 11, employee entrances to multi-story structures being demolished shall be completely protected by sidewalk sheds or canopies, or both, providing protection from the face of the building for a minimum of 8 feet. All such canopies shall be at least 2 feet wider than the building entrances, or openings 1 foot wider on each side thereof, and shall be capable of sustaining a load of 150 pounds per square foot. And that's all for now. Training session part 2, that was related to demolition steps and the regulatory requirements, is over. If you have any question, please ask in the comment section. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and share the video. Hope to see you soon with a new HSC tutorial. Until then, take care, good luck, and goodbye.